Something is happening. I'm telling you guys, this is like a full Zionist crash out since Charlie died. And I just feel like they sent a very real threat to the little matrix that they established. Yeah, you know what? I decided on this podcast, I'm not going to platform Taylor Swift. Yeah, I'm not going to platform her. So if she ever wants to come with this podcast, I will not platform. Like, are you this delusional? You cannot be that delusional. You cannot be that delusional.
Candace Owens just smashed Zionists for lying to Americans to get them to support Israel, lying about the people that dare object to that, and more than anything, and most hilariously, I think, the propensity of people with minuscule audiences to say, I'm not gonna platform Tucker Carlson, as if they had the higher standpoint in that arrangement. So let's get right into it. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
I'd like to press my finger here, and I don't particularly love the reaction that we're seeing from Christian Zionists right now. I don't even know how to describe what is happening over in Christian Zionist land. It is wacky. It is definitively exceptional. I've never seen it. There's anger, there's tears, there's frustration, there's fatigue, there's defeat, and of course, there's biblical scripture, right? When my show hit #1 globally last week, it was just an all-out virtual war. Seth Dillon from the Babylon Bee tweeted this. This is hilarious. He obviously just tweets a verse trying to make it seem like, again, this is what they do, Christian Zionists. They will find a verse to be petty and like use scripture to justify who they just want to insult me or Tucker Carlson. And what do you benefit if you gain the whole world but lose your own soul? Okay, like that's not like that is, are you out of your mind? Actually, I didn't sell my soul, right? All of you guys did. I had to literally build from scratch because I was rejected everywhere, plus canceled. You shut down, you went after my sponsors, you emailed people, you got me banned from Australia. I actually did the exact opposite. I didn't sell my soul, and I said what was right about what was happening in Gaza. So there's that.
Absolutely right, and I noticed, coincidentally, I'm sure, Seth Dillon didn't tweet out, say, John 14:6, that when Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and the only way to get to God is through me. You know, no, he would never tweet that one out. He would probably call that kind of verse blood libel, right, or anti-Semitism. No, he's pretty selective, trying to draw upon Christian influence to support his pet favorite regime in the Middle East, just like Ben Shapiro, just like Mark Levin, just like all these neocon Zionist stooges that clearly prioritize that foreign country, even when it conducts a genocide on the U.S. bankroll over their own country and their own communities.
Joel Berry, who also is at the Babylon Bee, so real funny guys, wrote this. In the last year, Candace and Tucker have given our side nothing but demoralization, division, confusion, and conflict. Their impact on the right has been devastating. They've made us weaker, and they've won nothing except clicks and ad revenue for themselves. Pathetic.
Well, he is right about one thing. They have demoralized the Zionists. That's right. Candace has demoralized the Zionists, thankfully.
Strange. I've never been on the same side as Joel Berry. Just want to clarify that. I am never on the side of people that cheer on kids being killed and churches being bombed and insinuate, as he did, that even the Christians in Gaza aren't really human beings and that they're all supporting Hamas, which is basically justifying a genocide, right? Justification of genocide. I have never been on your side. Then there were these compounding lies, okay? Obviously, last week, we watched Ben press Meghan on stage. Very strange to see him do something like that, to see him just lie and try to pressure her with the lie. And we're not the only people that are stressed out, because apparently Grok is stressed out because it can't keep up with the lies that are being spread about me. So he had some sort of a software crash out. This was him being like, I'm tired, and sitting in his car. I'm just going to show you what Grok said at the top here. No, I want the Grok headline. Candace Owens accuses Turning Point USA of Charlie Kirk assassination role. And then it says, Candace Owens alleged Turning Point USA orchestrated the October 15th, 2025 assassination of its founder, Charlie Kirk, in Phoenix, Arizona, by former volunteer Marcus Hale, who police say acted alone with no evidence. Ben Shapiro publicly condemned Owens's claims as evil. And then, yeah, it's just none of this is real.
I mean, absolutely insane. Every part of this seems wrong. October 15th, 2025? No. It happened on the 11th of September, obviously. And Marcus Hale, I don't think she's mentioned that guy's name. I could be wrong about that, but I've watched every single episode since this of her show. I don't think she's ever mentioned that individual. And she certainly hasn't claimed Turning Point USA orchestrated his murder. She thinks people in the organization betrayed him and thinks some things don't kind of withstand, basic scrutiny about their narrative and the FBI's narrative versus her investigation. But she's never said that, obviously. And, I'm not that surprised that Ben Shapiro is trying to manipulate Megyn Kelly. He's taking after his hero, Netanyahu, who successfully manipulated the United States political class for several decades, trying to twist her into his favored position on this, at all costs. Because, again, he's Israel first. That's his job. He's a foreign operative. Of course he's going to try to do that with fence sitters like Megyn Kelly, who, won't courageously take a stand on this, still calls herself a Zionist, despite all this madness and everything that we've seen and Americans have seen in the last 2 years.
Like, you guys are exhausting not just Ali Stuckey, you're exhausting Grok. So many lies are being made up about me. If you don't have time to look at the facts and see what we've come up with, and that's fine, but you're not required to interject here. I just want everybody to know that. Grok, Ali, everyone, you are not required to take part in this, and we're not stopping, okay? Anyways, the oddest response came from Mark Levin, who has been kind of psychopathically obsessed with destroying Tucker Carlson for years now. He was very happy when Tucker Carlson got fired from Fox News. They don't seem to be friends.
Which is ironic because Tucker's bigger than ever since he got fired from Fox News. He's the #1 influencer on the right. So I can't wait for this one, man. Get your Orville Redenbacher out, man. Butter up that popcorn. This one's going to be great.
And regarding Mark Levin, if a person was actually like, you should move to Israel because it would make you happier, if that was a person, that would be Mark Levin, okay? Turning Point USA, credit to them, said we are not canceling Tucker Carlson despite the peer pressure, despite them sending out every queen and pawn on the board to make that happen. They said he's still speaking, and not only is he speaking, but why don't you debate Mark Levin? Debate Tucker Carlson on stage. And this is how Mark Levin responded. It's incredible, and I'm actually going to roll the whole thing. It's about 2.5 minutes, but I want you guys to listen to him.
I got a very strange text this morning from Tucker Carlson. 10:16 a.m. I'll read it to you for verbatim. Good morning, he writes to me. The leadership at Turning Point has asked me to debate you at their event in Scottsdale in December. I'm happy to do it, and I hope you'll agree as well. Beyond the personal insults, which I'll try to keep to a minimum, there are real and important ideological differences between us, and I think the country would benefit from an extended conversation about them. So again, I hope you'll accept. Let me know. Thanks. The guy is desperate. He's taken a hit on his podcast. He's fighting like hell for his career. He's fighting like hell for his reputation. People are awakening to what scum he actually is.
Just think of that. Mark Levin saying that about Tucker Carlson with 5 million subscribers on his YouTube. That he is fighting to maintain relevance. And you're Mark Levin saying that? I can't wait to see where this goes.
And he thinks I'm going to platform him? He thinks I'm going to help him kick up his podcast ratings? What would Charlie say? What would Rush say? What would any rational response? Here it is. I wrote him the following. My family and I want nothing to do with you. What you've become, your vile libels against my faith, millions of Christians, and in my view, what you seek to do to our country. There's nothing to debate. You're a Nazi promoter.
This is getting me too excited. It's so ridiculous. Imagine him saying this, like, genuinely. He believes that Tucker's a Nazi promoter and his podcast is struggling, and he's not going to platform Tucker Carlson? Mark Levin has like 85,000 YouTube subscribers. My channel, and I'm nothing. I have 4 times his subscribers, and he's saying I won't platform Tucker Carlson. Just think about that. It's so preposterous. I can't even believe I'm hearing this, and this isn't AI.
You're the modern-day David Duke. I debate people with whom I disagree for a living, who are a lot smarter than you, but for whom I have some respect. I'm also disappointed in TPUSA that continues to platform you. It's not about free speech. You could be heard by millions regardless.
Complaining about platforming, again, indistinguishable from the woke liberal establishment, just like, I don't know, 5 years ago. This was very commonplace. 3 years ago. Still happens in some circles that conservatives rightly objected to. You were being a snowflake if you didn't debate the issues, that you didn't take them on. But Mark Levin can't take them on because he's lost. The Zionists have lost the argument. Americans have shifted their sensibilities away from this rogue, foreign, murderous regime for good reason.
Some unsolicited advice. Stop long enough to remember who you used to be and what you used to stand for. So, as expected, knee-jerk. For the record, I'm strongly anti-Nazi. Does he sound that way to you, America? Oh, you're going to hear more. But that's hardly the point. This seems like the perfect opportunity to rebut what you consider evil ideas and to do it to my face like a man.
Yeah.
I think you jump at the chance, assuming you believe your positions are defensible. I'm offering the marketplace of ideas you often talk about. Is it possible you can't really defend, for example, what Israel has done to civilians in Gaza? I said, there you go. You're not feared, you're despised. Well,
This is such a cell phone that he's reading this. He's reading a perfect reply from Tucker Carlson that it's indefensible what Israel is doing in Gaza. Does Levin have any answers for that? No, he keeps trying to smear Tucker. I can't believe this. This is amazing.
You're a coward. And if you change your mind, I'm here. Thanks. You little bastard, you attacked my stepson? You didn't do that face to face, did you? You stabbed him in the back while he's serving President Trump on his second tour, while he's in safe rooms with ballistic missiles passing over his head.
So Tucker betrayed his son-in-law because he objects to the genocide in Gaza? Does this make any sense to anyone? I can't even understand this from trying my hardest to steelman the Zionist and neocon argument on this. It just is so preposterous. And servicemen generally favor a non-interventionist foreign policy. Ron Paul found that out when he collected more donations from U.S. servicemen in both of his campaigns than all the other candidates.
You little bastard. Nobody's afraid of you. I'd rather debate a skunk than you.
Is he good? Is everybody okay? What? This would be your opportunity to reveal Tucker Carlson to the world, since you say that he's a fraud and he's lying and all of this stuff. Why wouldn't you readily accept that debate? Why are you so focused on canceling him? And LOL to you saying that you don't want to platform Tucker Carlson.
That's the best.
Yeah. You know what? I decided on this podcast, I'm not going to platform Taylor Swift. Yeah, I'm not going to platform her. So if she ever wants to come with this podcast, I will not platform. Are you this delusional? You cannot be that delusional. You cannot be that delusional. What are you saying? Something is happening. I'm telling you guys, this is like a full Zionist crash out since Charlie died. And I just feel like they sent a very real threat to the little matrix that they established.
No doubt. That's exactly what we're seeing. And that's a perfect response by Candace. This is really akin to saying that she's not going to platform Taylor Swift, the biggest, contemporary musician in terms of overall appeal and popularity. It's just so ridiculous. You can't even... I can't even believe that was real, what we just heard. It's so preposterous on so many levels, not only because it's indistinguishable from the same things that, again, the legacy media, liberal establishment was saying, hey, we can't promote these people, we can't platform these people. And if you decide otherwise, and if you do platform them, you're the enemy too. Well, that's exactly what's unfolding on the American right now with these Zionists saying, Tucker Carlson, you cannot platform Nick Fuentes. You can't debate him, even if you push back at times, which some of them don't even admit that part. But not only do we have to cancel Tucker Carlson, we have to do inception cancellation. It's the new right-wing flavor of wokeness, where you say, hey, if you talk to Tucker Carlson, we're going to cancel you too. It's just cancellation, inception, woke inception on the right playing out. And we're supposed to not question this at all, by the way. This, is just something normal that happens. This is just kind of a, basic reaction to, and a kind of enunciation of civility. Like, this is the way things go. No, that is not the best rhetoric that the right's ever produced. Better rhetoric, at least, was saying, hey, you should take on the ideas, and smear campaigns don't work, and propaganda campaigns don't work. Yelling racism doesn't work. You know, the right Zionists do that now. They just say anti-Semitism. It's just a different way of saying you're a racist. It's the same strategy, just a very slightly different variant of that strategy. And that's what you're seeing from Ben Shapiro and from Mark Levin. These people are Israel first. We see their game. We see right through it. They're not going to get this kind of stranglehold back on the American people. Now, they still have it to a large extent in the government. Certainly so. Power holders in AIPAC have sway over Congress, over the deep state, over the presidency, the military-industrial complex, and the banks are involved in that too. But we see through this now, and if politics are downstream from culture, as Breitbart said, and I believe, I think we will see this, at least turn into some kind of political change. It's not going to happen overnight. Be very surprised if it happens by the 2028 elections. But we know their game. And these people are just so delusional. And Candace is exactly right by saying the desperation has grown because they sense a threat. And the threat is a deprioritization of their hierarchy of priorities that has, not United States, maybe their communities in here, maybe, their geographical region, maybe, their families somewhere, and then way up here, it's Israel. That's at the top of their prioritization hierarchy. That's at the top of their, mountain. Their mountain of interest. It's always at the top. It's always number one. Trump was appealing because he seemed to be a repudiation of other countries first, even though he never truly was in my mind, especially even in his first term, he was clearly Israel first. But the rhetoric did serve to persuade people to support him en masse. There's no disputing that. You can't challenge that, I don't think. So I'm with Candace here. This was humiliating. I can't believe Levin even said this, even knowing what Levin says, just a complete delusional diatribe by him. But what do you guys think? Am I right? Are the Zionists in panic mode? Are they lying? Are they going to be able to get away with this strategy forever? Let me know in the comments down below. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also subscribe to Candace. Great segment. If you like this video, please consider becoming a YouTube member. You can do that by clicking the join button below. If you do that, I'll give you access to all my videos before they go live to the general public on YouTube. Also, if you want a free copy of my first book, Compact of the Republic, click the link in the description below. It'll shoot you off to a site. Plug in your email. I'll send that to you for free, absolutely free, no obligation, via email in PDF form. And until I see you guys next time, no more war, no more debt, no more inflation, and no more empire. Peace out, guys. Catch you in the next one.